Vast ahoy and good day once again to ye mateys! I be Josh the Pirate, and I am joined today by my wonderful friend Daria for a little bit of home brewing. Hey Omi, good to see you, my friend. How you going? I love the cat. Daria, who the absolute heck are you for the uninitiated?
Of course you'd say that these are lightsabers, you absolute nerd. It's what they have on concerts, those light-up sticks.
I know
Old
exactly
grandpa.
what they are. I've been to a rave. I was raving before you could drink.
Hello, fellow kids. I've been to a rave. Anyway, my name is Daria. I'm an artist. I usually do arts here, elsewhere, and I also play in the Humblewood on Thursday with lovely peeps on this channel. I play Julio, and I'm very excited to do some game magic today.
Some homebrewing. So what we are going to do today is homebrew up a bardic college for young Julio, who is actually the oldest member of the party. Not that young at all. But Julio is sort of branching out literally because he's becoming tree pope. Didn't
I see what you
that.
got there.
I didn't do that deliberately, but it happened. Hey Zop, how you going, my friend? Thanks for joining us. But before we get into all of that shit, I do need to mention a few things. We have an affiliate link for our wonderful friends over at Wooten Forge. If you fancy going and purchasing some gorgeous handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories made of Australian and exotic hardwoods, you can. Like this here. This is my dice keeper. It's extremely pretty. It's made of Jarrah, and it can contain up to 4 sets of dice and some minis as well. It's an extremely handy thing for the D&D player on the go. Other than that, Bard Cult. Yeah, Cult Bard, actually. That's the idea, Omi. And other than that, we also need to mention the Ukrainian people. We are doing our level best to support them in whatever small way we can by directing our lovely audience to this marvelous link here. There are 2 links here. The Emergency Action Appeal, which is just straight up give them cash and they go and help Ukrainian refugees. And the second one is a link for the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, which is a 38-page D&D booklet. And if you purchase it, all proceeds go to the British Red Cross for their appeal for the Ukrainian folks as well. Both are great. And if you have any special, any pennies in your digital wallet, please consider chucking them that way. It'll be bloody champions. So, I think that's all we need to talk about, other than the fact that I am Josh the Pirate, and I'm here, and it's my channel, and you can come and follow and join us, and it would be groovy if you did, and good, and are. And if you want to hear more of my voice, you can check me out in the podcast, There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar, and his little dragon, Rosh, the Arcane Keeper. Hello, yo! How are we? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Bard College. A Bard College based on tree worship, but not a cleric or a druid. We are wanting very much we are thinking a religious leader. And I think I think Bard is the right class for a cult leader.
Yeah, charismatic.
Yeah, exactly. Charismatic, a little mad. And we are also talking about re-speccing Julio slightly to this. I think we were going to lose a level of rogue and gain a level of bard so he can have a 3rd level in it, so he doesn't have to work. College of Woodstock. Yeah, exactly.
College of Hardwood. You know I love hardwood.
That's Julio to a T. So I've had a bit of a look. Oh my.
Ooh.
George Takai is in the audience. Hello,
Hello,
Ardana.
Lorite.
Lovely to see you, Lorite. So I've had a bit of a look-see at basically what bards get at various levels.
I'm listening.
In the original player handbook, bards, both the colleges of bards in the original player handbook at 3rd level would get 3 proficiency, and then they also get a second ability at level 6 and another at level 14, which is pretty good. The College of Valor, you get proficiency with medium armor, martial weapons, and shields. Whereas the College of Law gives you just straight up 3 proficiencies in any 3 skills you want, which is dope. And then I had a look through. I've got Tasha's open at the moment because I tend to do this for my home brewing. I take an example of one that already exists and sort of twist it a little bit. There is one already in here, the College of Eloquence.
I love that one.
Yes, and Silver Tongue, which I think is rather appropriate for what we're doing, and I'd be prepared to lift it pretty much just straight out. You are a master of saying the right thing at the right time. Julio isn't, but maybe he could become so. When you make a charisma, persuasion, or charisma deception check, you can treat any roll of 9 or lower straight as a 10. You just automatically get like 15 or whatever because his charisma's fairly
pretty good.
I think that makes a lot of sense. As a cult leader. There is also unsettling words. You can spin words laced with magic that unsettle a creature and cause it to doubt itself. As a bonus action, you can expend one of your bardic inspirations and choose one creature you can see within 60 feet. Roll the bardic inspiration die. The creature must subtract the number rolled from the next saving throw before the start of their turn, which is limited in its usefulness, but could be quite powerful if well applied. Basically, it's all about sort of teaming it up with other abilities. It's a bonus action, so you can do it and then do an action spell that requires them to make a saving throw, which they would be then bad at.
Yeah, but Julio is not very like spell oriented.
No, I think it makes sense for a pure bard, but not so much for Julio. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if this is a direction we want to go, but I'm thinking like, yeah, cult is a good theme to explore, but I also want to explore like the nature side of things, like the circle of life, the connectedness through the tree. I don't know if this makes sense. Tell me if it's stupid, but what about like an ability that can like transfer hit points or abilities or something between different people for a time? Perhaps someone has a proficiency or like a better bonus in something and someone else does a check. Perhaps I can like do a reaction to, for a while, transfer that bonus to them. Say Cash needs to like persuade someone and I can give her a bump with my own charisma using my bardic inspiration dice or something. I don't know. What would you say?
I like that idea.
Because I feel like branches, roots, like connectedness.
A twist on the silver tongue situation.
Kinda.
So it's not. I would almost be more interested in doing that then, with that idea of saying, rather than just auto passing or auto doing reasonably well on any charisma check, having the ability to give others his charisma for persuasion checks makes a lot of sense, particularly the initiated.
Yes, the inner circle.
Yeah. So Julio's allies can gain his charisma modifier, say, to their charisma checks on top of whatever they have themselves. Anybody within 30 feet, say. Any ally within 30 feet. Yeah, it sounds like super guidance. It sounds like auto guidance. But what for one specific thing? College of Timber Talk. Bishop
Timber Talk, that's interesting.
Lumber lecture.
Oh God.
College of College of Guidance.
Guidance
all
is
right,
good.
Well, let's make that. Let's make a note of that. So possibly.
Yeah, we should definitely make notes of cool names people throw in, because we might forget later. We just need to like find a balance for this type of ability, because if it just automatically happens, that's huge. I'm not sure if that's something we do. We allow
but it's like a
thinking?
Fairly major ability. Like like having a look at like what some of the other things that other colleges could do. It's a fairly. It is supposed to be a fairly meaningful ability.
Yeah.
Like College of Creation gets motive potential and performance of creation. You can just straight up make stuff.
I played Bard of Creation in Adana's one shot. That was great. They're pretty powerful.
I played one in Deserts. Yeah, they are a paladin crossed with that. It was good. That was fun. Let's have a look in Xanathar's. College of Swords gain proficiency with medium armor and scimitar specifically, and blade flourish. Oh, they gain 3 things. They also gain a fighting style, which again is a pretty big bonus, and it's a permanent bonus. And blade flourish. You learn to perform impressive displays of martial prowess and speed. Whenever you take the attack action on your turn, your walking speed increases by 10 feet until the end of your turn. And if a weapon attack that you make as part of this action hits a creature, you can use one of the following blade flourishes. Yeah, these are supposed to be big hits. These are supposed to be fairly chunky abilities. I don't mind ability conference.
Ooh, College of Canopy. That's cool.
I like that.
I like that.
Couch.
Yeah, the canopy, the protection, the area.
Yeah.
All. I think it would make sense to have a bunch of abilities connected to like area of effect. You know, like aura type shit. Because like cult leaders are always about like the aura of their presence, that sort of thing.
It's also very humble with theme. The College of the Canopy.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
That's good.
Who said that? Bishop Blood. Yes.
Bishop
Inspiration for Bishop Blood.
Oh no! You know they're gonna use that for something stupid.
Bishop Blood rolls badly. It's fine.
Wow.
No, they'll back me up on this. Hoping for Leaf Belief. Oh, Leaf Belief.
That's stupid. that's silly.
Conferring is charisma mod to other people.
So like to allies in 30 feet, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's say that actually. Oh, I don't want to save. It's fine. Is within 30 feet. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Some of them involve bulking up the spell list. I could see... I mean, you've already got Druidcraft, which kind of makes sense, but you got that anyway, so I'm not going to charge you for it as part of your thing, because you did some cool roleplay to get that.
Well, there are, like, good Druid-type spells that we can look into that would, like, expand the bardic spell list for me, I guess. Because I still... If they're available, I still need to, like, use spell slots and shit. Like, I need to consider if I want to use them at all.
Yeah. I don't think it's super OP to include druidic spells as bard spells. So let's have a few of them anyway. Vestiture of Wind, Great Bonfire. I'm not looking at all the spells. But let's have a look. See. Druid spells. And cantrips as well. I don't think Julio would go for it, but Primal Savagery makes sense for this. Sort of somebody is gaining the tree's ability to protect itself. Definitely Barkskin, which is a Humblewood spell, I think.
Yeah, that's actually very good.
That makes total sense. So it's stuff about tree stuff.
Yeah, and the subclass doesn't have to be like Julio specific. It can be like used for other people. So savagery does make sense.
Yeah, Primal Savagery, Infestation.
It's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Healing Spirit. Nah. I
mean, Healing Spirit is a good one, but yeah.
It doesn't make sense for the tree, really. Earth Tremor, none of these. I'm only looking in Xanthars. I don't know why I'm doing that. I should be looking at the Druid list. Just get a list of all Druid spells. And why am I not hearing music? Seeing as we're talking about trees and have a happy forest.
Ooh, happy
campsite. Forest. Druid spell.
Omi says we should grant guidance. It fits with cult flavor wise. What do you think?
Cannot bards do guidance already?
I don't think they do. Hold on, I'm gonna check. It's a cantrip. I'm gonna see if they have guidance.
Like they
no,
okay.
They don't. I think it's a cleric thing. Cleric and
Oh,
druid.
yeah. All right. If it's a druid thing, I don't think it is a druid thing. Druid spell list. Here we go.
Guidance on the druid level.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'd allowed guidance, definitely. Mending Mold Earth. Control Flames, create Bonfire, Druid Craft. Frostbite, Guidance. Yeah, so, Guidance makes sense, as does Primal Savagery.
How many are we looking for? Because usually a subclass gets like a
5 or 6,
few,
no more.
Yeah.
It's as they level. But this is the thing: you wouldn't be able to cast many at all anyway. It's expands your. You don't get them. It expands the potential. Things you can choose from.
Learn them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. First level, Entangle. Would make sense. Goodberry would make sense.
Yeah.
Wild Cunning. Not really. Cool though.
Where is that from?
Wild Cunning is an Unearthed Arcana spell.
Are we taking those?
I'm just curious at this point. You can call on the spirits of nature to guide you when you aid you. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following effects. If there are any tracks on the ground within range, you know where they are, and you can make a wisdom check with advantage on them. If there is edible forage within range, you can find it. If there is clean drinking water, you know where to find it. If there's suitable shelter, you can find it. Send the spirits to bring back wood for fire and set up a campsite. Okay. It's basically just auto campsite at the end of the day.
Okay.
Fun, but not really. Not really any point to it.
This doesn't seem like a wilderness bard to me.
No, definitely not. Yeah, I don't think there'll be very many on each level, but sort of as you gain levels in it. Locate like animals and plants. Is a second level spell. Arc Skin. I reckon it would be like 2 spells per level. Per spell level. And I would stick probably to just 2 cantrips as well. My vibe would be Guidance and Primal Savagery.
Sure. Let's write down the ones that we've decided.
Yeah.
And then see what else we have.
Expanded spell list. Cantrips, Guidance, and Primal.
And for the first level, we thought Goodberry and
Savagery. First level. Entangle, Goodberry.
That's it. That's good.
I think that was it. Yeah, Entangle and Goodberry makes sense. Possibly create or destroy water.
I mean, it's tangentially connected, but not like
not really.
For example.
Yeah, no. Goodberry and Entangle.
And second level, we're thinking Barkskin and Earthbind. I don't know, maybe.
Not enhanceability. Actually, enhanceability makes total fucking sense.
True. Although Bishop Blood says also Wither and Bloom can be good. Also about transference.
Wither and Bloom. My only issue is that it's necromancy.
Fair point.
You can invoke death and life in a 10-foot sphere. Each creature of your choice within that makes con save. 2d6 necrotic on a failed. In addition, one creature of your choice you can see may roll one of its unspent hit dice and regain. I do like it though. It's not massive damage, and it's each creature of your choice within a 10-foot radius sphere. So
I
got a
know
big area
enhance
effect.
ability is already on Bard.
Oh, it
spells,
is.
So, we don't
So it
have
doesn't
to-
matter. Alrighty.
Yeah.
In which case, I definitely think bark skin.
Yes, that's good.
Skin. And... yeah, I think Wither and Bloom. Why not? The other one that makes sense for me is Gust of Wind. Through the branches. Or locate animals and plants. Or locate animals or plants. Is there speak with plants?
How useful is that?
Not very. But I didn't say it had to be useful, just thematic.
Speak with plants is 3rd level.
Ah, that's definitely going to be in the list, though.
Yeah.
Wither and Bloom, then, let's say that.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a bit of a ways off for you, anyway.
If Laz can play with necromancy, so can Julio.
True. I mean, there's a world of difference between those two characters. 3rd level. Plant growth. Makes sense, as does speak with plants.
Yeah, speak with plants,
level.
yeah. Wait, plant growth is already on Bard spell list.
True. Is speak with plants?
Yes, sir. Both
it
are.
is. Oh.
Oh, wait. For example, Revivify is not on the Bard spell list. And that is a massive good spell.
A big spell.
It's 3rd level.
Yeah, and it's expensive as shit to cast.
True.
Which would be the reason that it's okay to give it to you, because it costs 300 gold.
Hey, I resent that.
No, as in, like, you could... It's... They're like, oh, that's super useful. I'm just like, I've never killed any of you.
I mean,
like, with Eric around, it makes sense for the class, but not necessarily for Julio.
Yeah, but it's not like Julio specific, so I guess
Yeah.
it would make sense. Also, on Monday, there's like straight out fully kill one of us. Like,
Oh, wow.
Kate is re-rolling a character as we speak.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, oh, Revivify, that's great.
Look, alright, I'll go Revivify. How about Aura of Vitality?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yes.
Yeah.
Aura of
That
Vitality.
makes sense thematically. Healing energy radiates from you in a 30-foot radius until the spell ends. The aura moves with you, centered on you. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature within the aura, including you, to regain 2d6 hit points. So it's... okay, that's... yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Yeah. Aura of Vitality. Vitality. Mega Dasune, yes, we are homebrewing. Thank you very much. Marco Dasune, thank you very much for joining us. Yes, a new bardic subclass. Daria's got her eyes on the thing. On chat. Grasping Vine, level 4.
Ooh, what about Guardian of Nature?
Guardian of Nature. What does do?
Ooh, there's
bonus
2 ways.
action.
Great Tree is one of them.
Primal Beast or Great Tree? Nature
It's
Spirit
in the name.
answers, yeah. The transformation lasts until the spell ends. You choose one of the following forms. I mean, I would say you'd have to be the Great Tree, but yes. It's a bit weird to have to put a like a limitation on the spell like that. But
how about this then? How about it is not on my spell list? Instead, it's one of the level abilities. You get 1 time a day, Guardian of Nature, Great Tree, free. Like once a day you can cast it as like a 6th level ability or something like Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it's the 6th level ability, yeah. But yeah. Gain 10 temporary hit points, you make con saves with advantage, you make dex and wisdom based attack rolls with advantage, and while you are on the ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for your enemies. It's not OP as fuck.
Yeah, but like the best thing is that I don't spend like a spell slot for it.
And attack rolls with advantage is big as well.
Especially for a rogue, yeah.
Yeah, a rogue bard, yeah. That's brutal. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. In which case, let's just copy paste. That shit. This would be the 6th level ability. Level. It's an idea anyway.
As for 4th level, like expanded spell list, maybe conjure woodland beings. Is that something?
I feel like yes. Conjure minor elemental, conjure woodland beings. I reckon grasping vine.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly hallucinatory terrain.
Ooh, that's interesting. What's your... but that's already on the bot spell list.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Stone skin,
what about blight?
No. Blight. Ooh. Yeah, that makes
88
sense.
of necrotic damage.
Oh, it's a 4th level spell. You should be doing that sort of damage by this point. Like, this is what? The 4th level is what? Level 9. So this is a ways off, because Julio is currently only level 8, and it's and 5 of it's in.
I like how Bishop Blood thinks that I have time to read what the fuck he has to say, as well as come up with shit. How that's you expect a lot from me.
Sounds like it'd be fun to take inspiration from nymph creatures. Oh yeah. Yes, it's a bardic subclass based around Marco. It's a bardic subclass based around the idea of a tree worshipping cult. A cult that worships a giant, like an enormous sort of Pandora-style tree, called the Alderheart, which is in the Humblewood setting. And so this is sort of for that setting, but I have no issue with it being used elsewhere. It's basically just almost the archetypal druid, really. Druids worship trees. It's just sort of a thing. Yes.
Where are you going to publish this if people want to like try it out?
I will put it up in our Discord.
We have a Discord.
What? We have a Discord? Yeah, we do.
No way.
You can join us if you want. And I will let all the people in. It'll be in the hung, drawn, and quartered of our Discord. I have yet to publish anything for money, though I am talking to the city of Joondalup about creating a 5e and other. I'm wanting to not just do 5e. I'm wanting to write a supplement for a bunch of different systems. So it's system agnostic supplement based in Australian indigenous myth.
Nice.
Because it is not well served, generally speaking. And it would be a really cool way of telling their stories, because some of their stories are really cool, and I know not nearly enough about them. So I'm going to obviously have to partner with an indigenous elder or several to get these stories, get this understanding. But yeah, I'm talking to the city of Joondalup, which is where I live at the moment, to get funding for that. That's so, and at which point
that sounds great.
Publishing will be done. That's the goal of it anyway. So let's say yes, 4th level spells. I actually think we stop at 5th as well. Like a lot of these things, when they do that, it does stop at that 5th level.
So we decided grasping vine and blight.
I like blight and grasping vine. Those make sense to me. And a 5th level. Awaken.
I mean, it makes sense.
Tree stride.
Spell list.
Yeah.
Tree stride. Yeah.
Tree stride. Definitely.
Tree stride is so useless, but we gotta put it in.
In a forest, tree stride would be very handy. The problem is, it only takes you like 500 feet, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's super shit. Commune with nature. Let's use that. 5th level. It's a ritual.
Yeah. Both trees must be living. Yeah, it's just like a shit teleportation.
It's horrible teleportation.
Concentration up to a minute. You can instantly know the location of all other trees of the same kind within 500 feet as part of the move.
So dumb.
Can either pass one of those trees or step out of the tree you're in. You can appear in a spot of your choice within 5 feet of the destination tree. I could see uses for it, particularly for a ranger. But, like, just in a forest to sort of jump out, pepper your enemies with arrows and get back in the tree.
Yeah, but like,
it's...
for a bard?
For
I don't know.
No, definitely not for a bard, but definitely it's going on your list, sorry, because it makes total fucking sense.
Wow. Okay. But I think commune with nature is a good one for
Commune
this.
with nature? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Omi says, Tyrsday is a hippie dimension door. Very true.
Yeah. Palinar binding, no. Reincarnate, no. Scrying, no.
Well, we already have two. I thought we like decided.
I'm just having a look
to...
instead of maybe not Tree Stride. Wrath of Nature.
Ooh, what's that about?
Concentration up to a minute. You call upon the spirits of nature to use them against your enemies. Choose a point you can see within range. Spirits of trees, rocks, and grasses within 60 feet centered on that point become animated until the spell ends. Trees and grasses and undergrowth, any area of ground in that cube that is covered by grass or undergrowth is difficult terrain for your enemies. Trees at the start of each of your turns. Each of your enemies within 10 feet of any tree in that cube must succeed a dex save or take 4d6 slashing damage from whipping branches. Roots and vines. It's a strength saving throw or become restrained. Rocks, as a bonus action on your turn, you can cause a loose rock in the cube to launch at the creature you can see within the cube. Make a ranged spell attack against the target, 3d8 non-magical bludgeoning. And must succeed a strength save or fall prone. I think it's as on brand as Tree Stride and slightly more useful.
Yeah, at least there's like more options there.
Yeah. Heck, I'm almost prepared to put all three in because you won't use Tree Stride.
I won't. I have a great question. The Arcane Keeper, are you allowed to drag someone with you using Tree Stride and get them stuck in a tree?
Don't think so.
I'm not sure it says anything about taking people with. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Which is why it's such a shit spell.
Yeah.
It's not transport via plants. It's just I piss off to a tree in 500 feet away by.
Once per round for the duration, you must end each turn outside of a tree. So you can't even hide in the tree. Yeah, it's so useless. It is. That's really shit. If you wanted to make it good, just delete that last line.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
All of a sudden,
you can hide there for a round.
That's useful. It makes you invulnerable, but
I can imagine
at which point you just cut down the tree.
Yeah, I can imagine like people fighting some dryads who like disappear into the trees and then again appear and shoot. That'd be like annoying to fight, that's for sure.
Yeah. So Arcane Keeper, no. The answer is very much no, sadly. It's a shit spell. But Commune with Nature and Wrath of Nature make total sense. Cool. Alrighty. So yes, we get the expanded spell list. But you have to actually, it's not just you get them, you have to learn them.
I need to like actually get them on my personal list, yeah.
Yeah. But there's a few good ones there. And we've got a potential 6th level ability based around that great tree thing. Let's have a look at other great 6th level abilities just to make sure it's not either OP or nowhere near good enough.
College of Eloquence, they have 2 abilities for this level. One of them is Unfailing Inspiration, and this one is great. When I was Eloquence, if someone rolls a Bardic Inspiration on the check or attack and it still fails, you get to keep that Bardic Inspiration, which is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, that's dope.
And Universal Speech is also amazing. For an hour, you speak and any creature understands you. Whatever the language, like they can just magically get what you're saying. That makes sense for Eloquence.
Yeah, it does. I kind of like it for this as well. If we're doing 2, because I don't think that is the Great Tree is a crazy powerful ability.
It's good, but it's not like extremely powerful.
It's not amazing, and it is. I mean, if you want to bump up because
we might as well do the other one for the 6th level a bit more powerful, because the spell slaughter day is like, okay.
Yeah. Have a look. Great tree. Because you wouldn't be able to cast it yet if you were if it was a spell.
I would need 6 levels in bards, which I do not have.
Yeah. Well, no, a 6th. Just being a 6th level bard only gives you 3rd level spells.
Yeah.
So you need a 7th level to be able to cast it. So you're getting the ability to do it one round early. It's a bonus action to activate, and it's concentration for up to a minute. Which, if you want to buff the coolness of it, you ditch the concentration. You just arc it.
So question then. Would I, like, if I'm, say, 6th level in bards, but it's a spell that you get on 7th level, because it's just one of them, does that mean I can cast it?
I would say no. It is the ability. It's not the spell anymore. We're just using the wording of that spell, and we're turning it into an actual ability to have. Like once per long rest, you can do this.
That's neat.
Take on the aspect of the, and you. I would say let's. All right, you get one, but we're gonna crank it up a bit. Con saves done with advantage. I'm actually going to change that to strength. Because I reckon your feet become roots and you'll be able to stick into the ground. Yeah. So let's make that strength saves. Saving throws with advantage. While you're on the ground is within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain. That makes sense. 10 temporary hit points. I actually reckon it is gain 2 times your bard level.
Okay, that's cool.
Of temporary hit points. So it scales as you get strong, as you get better. You make dex, and in this instance, it would be charisma-based attack rolls. Not that happens often.
Still good for bard.
But you're a bard, and you're not a wisdom attacker at all. And I would say your size increases by at least 1. I think you would become a large creature.
Okay. I'm originally small, so that actually bumps me up quite a bit.
So, size increases by
too large.
Yeah, too large unless it is already bigger. Strength saving throws with advantage, and strength attacks. If I'm thinking about it for more than just Julio, strength attacks would do more damage.
Okay. I have a question, and this hurts me, but I gotta ask. Making dex based attack rolls with advantage, how do we explain that with a tree?
I can see it like whipping branches and vines, like the arms become. I almost think it automatically it's like casting. It's like an overpowered primal savagery on you. So I can still see dex making sense.
Okay, then for strength we can say like additional.
It's just how many different things you're attacking with.
I guess
I've got 12 branches, dodge all of them, bitches.
That makes sense. For the strength, we can say like an additional 1d8 of bludgeoning.
Yeah. Strength.
Yeah, at this point, Bishop, I agree. It's not even like part of the spell. It's just our own thing.
It's just an ability. Strength attacks deal an additional.
Oh, and we have to like specify that it's like for a minute without concentration.
Yeah. We're going to call it Aspect of the Great Tree.
Legally distinct.
Yeah, I have no idea. Aspect of the Older Heart.
Yes, actually true. Let's put the actual like spice of humblewood on it.
Yeah. Aspect of the Older Heart. Once per long rest, as a bonus action, you may cause. Oh, how to phrase it? How to word it? You may take on some of the characteristics of the Great Tree. Your skin appears barky, leaves sprout from your hair, and you gain the your limbs extend and roots shoot from your feet. And you gain the following benefits. You gain two times your bard level temporary hit points. Your size increases to large unless it's already bigger. Strength attacks deal an additional 1d8 damage. And I would say bludgeoning.
Yeah, bludgeoning for sure. Them branches.
Damage. You make strength saving throws with advantage. You make dex and charisma based attack rolls with advantage. And while you are on the ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for your. While you are on the ground or in a tree.
In a tree. Specifying holds a
Yeah, or if you are in the tree, because the tree is very much ground when you're in it very much. Yeah. That makes sense. Level 6 ability. Cool. And that's the level 6 ability, but it's pretty dope. For 1 minute.
That's nice. But they do get 2 each, so we might as well like do like one
Some
that
don't.
is not. Oh, do they not?
Some don't, but they tend to be fairly big ones. Cleric.
Oh yeah, College of Creation.
College of Whispers only gets 1. Mantle of Whispers.
I mean, that's a pretty sick ability. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and College of Swords gets extra attack. And that's it. That's all it should be. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
With the expanded spell list, which at level 6, you'd be getting Revivify and Aura of Vitality.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's a pretty. It's a really big hit. So, yeah, there's the conferring the charisma mod to allies within 30 feet as one of the level 3 abilities. We need to think of another one, something else. Hard level hurts multiclassing, which might be a good thing. How do you mean? I know it was a little while ago.
One of the things that bards usually get on 3rd level is a more specific to their college way of using bardic inspiration.
Yeah, that is very true.
So we might think of that in some way.
Yes.
What do you think makes sense?
What is... What's the eloquence thing?
Eloquence, unsettling words. They detract from their next save.
I don't think that's very...
Yeah,
not
I
this.
think this one is more about like positive reinforcement and positive things.
Which is what bardic inspiration is sort of anyway.
Oh, I have a thought. It might be a stupid one, but if we think of like spreading the power, like making the influence larger, what if we do something where I give someone a bardic inspiration, and if that person holds on to it, right? But say in the next like 10 minutes, someone else needs to do a cool roll. What if this person says, I will give them the inspiration I received, and that makes inspiration go up in 1 die. So mine is a d6, I give that to them. If they say no, this person needs it more, a d8.
Ooh.
What do you think?
I do like that.
I'm fucking smart. Hold on.
The cost to them would be the bonus action, but yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Brendan. Good to see you, mate.
What's up?
I think that's a very cool idea, because that's almost like group thought, group energy,
Exactly.
adding and buffing the buff. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah. Yeah, cool. So...
Yeah, Bishop is correct. It could be abused, but like we wouldn't do it.
It could be meta abuse to fuck, but
maybe then we can like put restrictions on it.
Well, the bonus actioning it. I don't think I don't.
Sure.
If you make it a bonus action, then you are sort of the cost is something that a lot of classes need their bonus actions. Like rogues, bards are not the only people that utilize their bonus actions a lot. So all that to add one, like add a percentage chance of hitting by one, adding 1 to any potential number rolled, really, on average isn't that big a thing. So I think that makes sense. So
we essentially sacrifice 2 bonus actions to make the die
to make
go
a
up.
better dice.
I think it's a better trade-off outside of combat, which is what I originally thought.
Yeah.
You know, like we're getting into like the layer of the cult. I give like Kesh inspiration, but Kesh thinks, oh no, like Benek is doing something important. I want him to succeed. You know, like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of the circle of help would be good.
So calling this group thought.
Group thought, interesting. Maybe group effort.
Group effort. Group energy. Positive reinforcement.
Sure. I mean, we can think about the name a bit more later.
Sure. We'll workshop it.
Team building, Brendan said.
Team building. I don't. Yeah. I mean, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but that sounds a little corporate. We gotta
branching out.
Branching. Oh, that's ideal.
Yeah, that's
branching.
it. That's
Thank
it.
you,
Well
Brendan.
done, Brendan. Yep.
Yeah,
out.
Branching out. Listen, I think that's a cool mechanic. I think it like. Yeah, it's good.
An ally who has been granted a bonus, a bardic inspiration. By this bard may and has yet to use, or if they use it and it doesn't work, they can give it to somebody else.
Ooh, sort of like a riff on the eloquence thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting, and that's harder to abuse, I think.
Yeah.
But does that still use their bonus action? Or
No.
would that be a reaction then?
Yes. Yes, it would. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's better. Yeah. An ally who has been granted bardic inspiration by this bard. When an ally who has been granted bardic inspiration by this bard uses their inspiration. And the roll still results in a fail, they may use or the bard.
Ooh, okay. That's good. What if they need a reaction for something? Yeah.
May utilize their reaction or use.
Yeah, use is better, less wordy.
Reaction to transfer the dice unused to another party member.
In how
To another
many
ally.
feet is another ally?
To another
60
ally.
feet?
Yeah.
Bardic inspiration 60
Another
feet, yeah.
ally within 60 feet.
Yeah. And by doing so, increase the bardic die.
Oh, I wouldn't crank it up. If you get to save it,
Oh, you
you
wouldn't
don't,
crank it up,
doesn't
okay.
crank it.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Unused to another ally within 60 feet.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's balanced.
And that's only one of the two abilities as well.
Yeah.
Because we'll also get the conferring the charisma mod to allies within 30 feet as an action.
As an action.
Has to be deliberate to confer that mod. It's not going to be very often you're going to be using it in combat, but...
Yes. Probably just out of combat, it's just something I can do to help out, but yeah.
Yeah, Brendan says, was just going to mention the Eloquence Bard as reference. This seems similar, yes. Let's say Kesh uses her inspiration and fails and passes it to Eric. He uses it and fails. Can he pass it to Kesh? I don't mind that because it is costing them.
Also, remember, the inspiration only lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, we will probably use this more in out of combat, where that we don't have that many checks happening.
I think Brendan makes a good point. How often could it be tossed around like a hot potato? Yeah, I would say, I think this can only be done once.
Yeah, let's specify, just to make sure. No shenanigans.
This transfer may only occur once per inspiration dice. No shenanigans.
We'll write that down. No shenanigans.
No shenanigans.
Maybe a little bit shenanigans.
Just a little bit. If you let your bardic inspiration dice lapse by waiting more than 10 minutes, it transfers to somebody else. No, if you wait 10 minutes, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. That would be way too OP.
Yeah. Hey, Keln. Good to see you. Long time. Thanks for joining us. We are building a bardic subclass, a college.
Looking
specific,
good so far.
The College of the Canopy, we are calling it. It would help if you forget to use it. Yeah, but don't forget to use it.
Yeah, just remember your shit.
Yeah. It's sort of on the bard as well. It's sort of on the bard to say, hey, use the thing I gave you.
Yes, I always try to remind people, don't forget you have bardic inspiration.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do that. So, I definitely think we're losing that. We're not talking possibly in Silver Tongue. How do we phrase the other one? Third level. What do we call conferring the charisma mod.
I don't know, nurturing presence. I don't know, something.
Oh yeah, I like that. Nurturing presence. Presence.
It's like a very positive take on a cult leader.
Good vibes.
Good vibes only. Yeah. Let's call it good vibes only.
Yeah. I genuinely think good vibes only.
That's great.
Or just good vibes. It's the College of Good Vibes.
The college. I like the Canopy though. It's like
oh no, it's
version.
better. Which is why I'm not gonna say good vibes. I'm gonna say nurturing presence.
Yeah. That's good. But we know.
Yeah, we know it's
deep in our heart. We know it's good vibes.
it's good vibes.
Okay.
Presence.
So it seems like the only thing that we have left is 14th level capstone ability.
For which Julio would have to be level 19 to get. But yes, we do need it. Just because it's not just about Julio. Not everything is about Julio. Yeah,
just for the future.
So
Eloquence Bard, they get infectious inspiration. When successfully inspire, so they get what we made, but even stronger on 14th level. Successfully inspire, they use their shit, and you can use reaction to encourage a different creature.
Oh wow!
To also have it, so you don't actually spend another one. You just you succeeded. Look at that, and you succeed now, and they get inspiration die without you expending it. That's incredibly powerful, and we have like a toned down version for our subclass.
Yeah,
we gotta think of something else.
Just gonna finish writing the nurturing presence. As an action. The bard may choose to confer to add their charisma modifier to an ally within 30 feet.
Yes.
For
how long?
For the
next check?
For the next check. For the purpose of a... So... when an ally within 30 feet makes a charisma persuasion or charisma deception. I don't think Julio would. I don't think Julio would want. I don't think this is an intimidation bard. Persuasion or deception.
How do you feel about including saving throws into it?
I think that makes it quite OP, except that it doesn't really, because there are almost there are no spells.
There are some spells like banishment. Like if we know someone has something with charisma, I can expend my action to do so, but it's like it requires me to have a lot of like forethought.
Yeah. Makes a charisma persuasion charisma I reckon just the two, because it's only a third level ability.
Makes sense.
Or charisma deception. Check. The bard may...
But the only thing is the phrasing here, like I use an action when someone else does something, that's a reaction. I don't have my action when that happens.
Yeah. The bard may choose to add their add their charisma modifier. I don't think it's an action. Outside of combat, action economy doesn't matter, and inside combat, you're not really going to be doing this very often. If it's in combat, it's a reaction.
Yeah.
The bard may choose to add their charisma modifier to an ally within 30 feet. A bard may, as a reaction, choose to add their charisma modifier to an ally. Choose to add their charisma modifier to the roll.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Cool.
Also, Bishop Blood has an interesting idea. Perhaps tree stride free for entire group to a pre-chosen tree. Maybe even across planes, like world tree warp.
Ooh.
That's
at
the
level
capstone
9,
ability.
at level 4, yeah.
What if like we choose Alderheart as like our base, and from anywhere in the world you can like bamf back with the group for free?
As long as
once
you
a
can
day.
find a tree, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get that, but in
Yeah,
general,
no.
like people choose a tree that this is our home base. This is where we like
This is
belong.
our tree, which is the whole point of the. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Good job, Bishop
Yeah, that's
Blood.
good.
Isn't that just the help action? No, because the help action gives you advantage. It would stack with this.
Would be good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It'll be brutal. It'll be very, very good. This is an already fairly charismatic party. Like, think of how many animals, specifically animals and nothing else, that Eric could convince to do stuff if Julio was standing next to him when he did it. That wake worm wouldn't have even been a problem. I mean, Julio's charisma is only like a +2.
I have my sheet open. Yeah, it's +2. It's 14.
Yeah,
it's not that
but
big.
it's not killer. And that's
and because
the
we're not
whole
adding
build.
my skill proficiency, we're just adding a modifier, which
Just
is
the
more
modifier.
tame, I think.
Yeah. By help someone else be charismatic when they can help you, you know. Yeah. Yeah, but Julio's the only one in the
That
party
makes
with
sense.
How do you mean?
For example, Cash. We know that Cash will be doing a lot of talking and a lot of convincing people just because of her station. Julio being there, like a classic bard, will not do much because these people don't know him. So it would make sense to like encourage Cash to do the thing. You know, I think that's exactly It's
sort of the vibe of the class we're going for. Bishop Blood says, like, it's just why help someone else be charismatic when they could help you instead, and you're more charismatic anyway. In this way, it allows you to stack 2 decent charismas together.
Yes. Plus a bardic inspiration. I cannot inspire myself. Yeah.
And plus the bardic inspiration, plus a help action, you can stack. So all of this could be crazy good. It's only one of the 2 level 3 abilities. And for this person who is more about bigging up other people and just their group in general, I think it tracks. I take the point, Bishop Blood. Like, if you've got a bard, traditionally they are the more outspoken, and this person can definitely do that, but they're also about helping other people do the same. I think it works.
Empowering the friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 14th level ability.
I do like the idea that Bishop Blood has, but we need a good name for it. Like, how do we...
Passage of the World Tree?
Okay. I was thinking more in terms of like a beacon.
Root walk.
Root walk. Okay.
So like the roots go deep, and you can travel through them to other trees.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's write down the description, and as we write, we'll probably make something else.
Root warp. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll put it in there for now. Once per long rest, the bard and
up to...
I would say up to 6. It's normally 5 or 6. It's not normally many.
But plus 6, yeah, that makes sense. Well, hold on. I'm gonna check transport via plans just so we can see what they do with this. Transport via plans. So here we have. Oh, it's just for a round. So how many people?
Oh, right. Okay.
Wanted. Yeah. I think 6 plus guard. That makes sense.
And up to 6 willing creatures.
Willing. Yeah.
Once per long rest, the bard and up to 6 willing creatures.
World tree transmigration. That's very scientific sounding, I think.
Transmigration. Unfortunately, the best name for it is tree stride.
Yeah. It's taken by some shitty ass spell.
Tree portation?
Tree portation. That's goofy. That's so good. I don't know. I feel like we should focus on the fact that it's home base. Because it's not just anywhere. It's a specific place. From any plane of existence. Like the home is calling us, you know?
Entstride. Keln. Yes, I like that.
Back to your roots.
Yeah, actually.
It's campy. I like that.
Back to nature.
Ooh, okay. Brendan has returned to the nest. Omi says home grove. That's interesting as well.
Yeah.
Nest is more like a bird thing. I don't think that really fits.
It would make sense if Julio was one, but it's
not.
For the class generally, not so much.
Yeah. Back to your roots or home grove can be good.
Home grove is good. I really like back to your roots. Yeah.
Yeah, it implies like coming back home from.
And
like...
also how like it does sort of have that sort of. Yeah, that teleporting through the roots that are all interconnected sort of vibe to it as well. Once per long rest, the bard and up to 6 willing creatures may place their hand on a tree and may
use a tree in 5 feet of them.
Yeah.
Enter the tree.
To a tree they have designated somewhere within the multiverse. To designate a tree as...
Okay, how about this? We should probably preface this that a bard does a ritual, like selecting as the home grove, and we can use home grove for this.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking. As home to designate a tree as home grove, the bard must perform a ritual which
how long
lasts 8 hours.
8 hours, okay. Yeah, that's like a dedication. We committed to a specific one.
Yeah. Let's perform a ritual which lasts 8 hours. Once a tree has been designated, the bard and their allies need only touch another living tree.
Good specification.
Anywhere on any plane. And be immediately returned to their home grove.
Kelne asks, would it still work if the bottom party had been restrained to a tree? I think that'd be like perfect use of
That
it.
yeah. It's like,
be
what's that? We're tied
amazing.
up. Bloop.
Bye. Also, Brendan is asking, how often can you designate? Well, that's the ritual of 8 hours. You cannot do it very often.
And you can't have more than one.
You can't have.
So...
Let's specify that as well. Yeah.
Oh. A new home grove.
Mm-hmm. Can be chosen in a week, perhaps.
May be chosen. May be chosen. Don't know why I capitalized that C. May be chosen. I don't know why I capitalized the M either.
You have
Swinging wild. A new home grove may be chosen, but the link must first be broken with the old tree, or...
Does that require going back to the first tree? And
you need to go back to the first tree, and if you don't, the old tree dies.
Oh, damn.
If you betray it and go to a new tree, you slut. You tree slut.
Damn. Yeah, the tree's like, oh, my ex is so cringe, I die now.
Yeah, exactly. A new home grove may be chosen, but the link must first be broken with the old tree using an 8-hour ritual.
Okay. That's fine.
At the old location. If this is not done, the old tree withers and dies within a year.
In before Julio turns to the dark side and kills all the heart.
Yes.
By breaking out vertex.
Just by breaking up with it, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it's over.
A new home grove may be chosen, but the link must first be broken with the old tree using an 8-hour ritual at the old location. If this is not done, the old tree withers and dies within a year. Yeah.
Bishop Blood pointed out something nice. All across the subclass, we have 3 parts: canopy, branches, and roots. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Brandon says rephrase/remove must be broken. How do you mean? Why?
I'm guessing people think it's very restrictive. Like, usually when there's stuff like that, when you make a new ritual, the last one just dissipates. That's usually how it works. So we're kind of making it a more complicated process of coming back to the original, doing a ritual to stop the connection, and then going to the new one.
Oh, okay, because you have the option to do it without breaking it. Yeah. Oh, okay, valid. May be chosen, but the link must first be broken. All right. May be chosen. Okay, yeah. Valid. Must be broken. A new home grove may be chosen. However, if the link with the old tree is not first severed, using an 8-hour ritual at the old location, the old tree withers and dies within a year. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Brendan. Good point. Good catch. A new home grove may be chosen. However, if the link with the old tree is not first severed using an 8-hour ritual at the old location, the old tree withers and dies within a year. So there we have, I think, the College of the Canopy.
Yeah, I think we did a good job. I think these are cool abilities and very topical.
Yeah. The at the appropriate level, the expanded spell list is cantrips, guidance, and primal savagery. First level, Goodberry and Entangle. Second level, Barkskin and Wither and Bloom. Third level, Revivify and Aura of Vitality. Fourth level, Blight and Grasping Vine. And fifth level, Tree Stride, Commune with Nature, and Wrath of Nature. You know what? I'm just going to take Tree Stride out, because we are essentially giving you it anyway, and we have shat all over it. We're giving it to you later. Then at third level, we have Nurturing Presence. When an ally within 30 feet makes a Charisma, Persuasion, or Charisma Deception check, the Bard may, as a reaction, choose to add their Charisma modifier to the roll. And the second third level ability, Branching Out. When an ally who has been granted a bardic inspiration by this bard uses their inspiration and the roll still results in a fail, they or the bard may use their reaction to transfer the dice unused to another ally within 60 feet. This transfer may only occur once per inspiration dice. Sixth level ability, the Aspect of the Alder Heart. Once per long rest, as a bonus action, you may take on some of the characteristics of the Great Tree for 1 minute. Your skin becomes barky, leaves sprout from your hair. In fact, they don't, because you don't have any hair.
I have. Excuse you. I have a toupee.
Leaves sprout from your toupee.
Yes, thank you.
Your skin becomes barky, your limbs extend, and roots shoot from your feet, and you gain the following benefits. Limbs extend, roots shoot from your feet, and you gain the following benefits. You gain 2 times your bard level temporary hit points. Your size increases to large unless it is already larger. Larger, not bigger. Larger. Strength attacks deal an additional 1d8 bludgeoning damage. You make strength saving throws with advantage. You make dex and charisma-based attack rolls with advantage. And while you are on the ground or in a tree, the ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for your enemies. And then at 14th level, back to your roots. Once per long rest, the bard and up to 6 willing creatures may teleport back to a tree they have designated somewhere within the multiverse. To a designated
Using
tree.
An action?
Oh, yes. Thank you. As an action.
But does that imply an action from all of us or just bard?
From the bard. I think everybody else has to be touching it. To designate a tree as home grove, the bard must perform a ritual which lasts, plural, 8 hours. Once a tree has been designated, the bard and their allies need only touch another living tree anywhere on any plane and be immediately returned to their home grove. A new home grove may be chosen, however, if the link with the old tree is not first severed. Using an 8-hour ritual at the old location, the old tree withers and dies within a month.
A month?
I think that's like
that makes sense. Also,
like,
Brendan has a question.
If you're going to do this temporarily, it's prob splitting hairs, but what counts as a tree? If Julio cheats on Alderheart, for example, would it still die within a year? Yeah, it's a tree. We know the Alderheart is a bit more than just a tree, so being able to kill it this way seems OP in the wrong hands, or is it fine to just be a too bad so sad thing?
Well, the tree has to accept you, right? We like, if the story is like, hey, Alderheart, I'm gonna be your friend, I put in the work, the tree accepts me as like, yeah, this is your home buddy.
We haven't put anything about that in there.
Yeah, I think we should. Well, okay,
it's a point.
It gets, yeah, but we're getting into the reeds of, like, say, for example, someone has a campaign with Yggdrasil in it, yeah?
Yeah.
Does that
mean you
kill
like, Yggdrasil?
Forcefully, like, push yourself onto the tree? I don't know. Maybe the killing thing is a little too, like, much. Maybe the only, like, thing we put in is that you can only choose one home grove for a specific time. So if you choose a home grove, you cannot do so for like a month. You have to actually commit. And then you can choose and maybe like temporarily choose another tree and then come back to Alder Heart? What do you think?
I like the permanence of it. I reckon in the case of Alder Heart or the Yggdrasil or something like that, needs to be a clause about like more powerful, like, because the Alder Heart isn't technically a tree, as Brendan points out. It is technically an elemental. And were I to say the Yggdrasil, I would probably classify the Yggdrasil as a celestial, not a plant.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, what if you can't choose the subclass unless a tree has chosen you? And then have the features revolve around that specific tree. So you can't change it at all.
But that's very limiting.
It
for
is
the 14th level ability.
It is a bit. I'd also consider that narrative, not mechanical. Yeah. Possibly just a clause in there about DM's discretion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I like the idea that the old tree, if you don't break up with it properly, like this is it. I could see how it could be like utilized badly. Like if this was a genuine, actual, regularly used thing in the Humblewood, then someone's definitely tried to kill the tree. Some madman has definitely tried to kill the tree at some point or another using this method. But I do like the old tree.
This is kind of like a prestige class in a way, where you have to earn your ability to tie yourself to Alder Heart.
Yeah.
You know?
I think what I'm doing is a new home grove may be chosen. I think I'm not killing my babies, and I should. I really like the rule, but I actually think I think Brendan makes a good point, and I think it's silly. And it's OP. I reckon you can only select one in every month, or like one every four weeks. However, I think once a year you have to wait a year before you can select.
That's a long time for adventurers.
It is a long time for adventurers.
Even a month, I feel like it's pushing it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
A new home grove may be chosen. But only once. I don't want to make it just a week though. That's 10 days. 10 days. Sorry?
Once every cycle.
Yeah, once every full moon. Lunar cycle.
Okay.
I think
so like a month.
Yeah, a month. Yeah. Full moon. Actually, if you make it full moon and you do it before if you do it like halfway through the lunar cycle, then you only have to wait a couple of days. You can rig the system a bit. It also gives the DM a little bit of control, because how often do players are fully aware of the lunar cycles in their game?
Things.
Exactly.
And if you like really in a pinch and you really need to change it like now, and you see like your players need to like have a whole
you can say, "Oh, it's the full moon tomorrow." Yeah. When a subclass gets granted saplings or something to propagate elsewhere, ooh, that's cool. That way you can establish other groves while it technically being the same tree. 1d4 weeks. Oh, so it refreshes.
I feel like that's more difficult to track.
Yeah,
that's my thinking.
Once per full moon kind of works. I like that. A new home grove may be chosen, but only once per full moon. Yeah. I like Brendan's idea, but I don't want to make it part of the mechanics.
Yeah. It just
feels like an awful lot of effort, but narratively it's a really cool idea.
I can take like an Acorn from Alder Heart and place it, say, for example, on the plane of fire or somewhere where we need to come back later.
Yeah.
And then that can be done.
Yeah, that's cool. A new home grove may be chosen, but only once per full moon. And doing so So breaks the connection with the old home grove. Yeah. This is why I do it live, because it actually like gets the brain trust on it. Official D&D sometimes uses 1d4 days, if not shorter. Yeah. I just don't like it as a, like, okay, we can do this while we're here, and then, like, maximum 4 days we'll blamf out of here.
There needs to be commitment, I think.
Worth giving minor buffs to the use of inspiration. From memory, most bard subclasses get small buffs. Yeah, that's what we've done with our level 3, the nurturing presence? No, the branching out. It's the ability to keep that at higher levels, you mean.
Like something else? A little bonus? I mean, I will agree, like this 14th level ability, it's very situational. For example, the College of Glamour, they get Unbreakable Majesty. Bonus action can assume magical presence for a minute, and during the duration, any creature that tries to attack you must succeed a charisma save. So, like,
Wow.
that's very, very useful.
Yeah,
Ours is very situational.
Yeah, fair. All right. Let's say something minor to add to it then, for the bardic inspiration, and
What are we thinking?
want something tree based as well.
Ooh, I have a question. I don't know if this works or if that's something that other subclass does already. We have a lot of reaction-based stuff. What if we take, for example, someone say attacks me, and I can use my reaction to use a body die to bump my AC for the turn. It's like shield, but with a bardic die.
At level 14?
What do you think? Too weak?
No, I think that's the sort of thing. Can you hover over the existing level 3, please? These are one. Granted a bardic inspiration by this bard, uses their inspiration, and the roll still results in a fail. They or the bard may use their reaction to transfer the dice unused to another ally within 60 feet. This transfer may only occur once per inspiration dice. Is being able to teleport once per long rest too much?
Not really. There's like restrictions.
Because it's very restricted. It's only back to your original place. You can't even use it to then go back to where you were before.
And you have to have a tree on hand.
Yeah, a living one. Shadowfell, you might be a little short on them. Remove all the bard. I don't mind the bard being able to do it as well. It gives two different people, because this will be in combat, so it is going to be very much about action economy.
And also, another thing that people forget is that it's my subclass's abilities. Other players might not be like aware or remember them very well.
Yeah.
So giving me ability to remind that shit is probably better.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking for the bardic dice? Brendan has an idea. Maybe the transfer can happen more at 14th level.
Yeah. That's a very minor ability, but I do like it. It can just keep bouncing.
Wait.
Or when it bounces, then it scales. Yeah.
Where are you scaling though? Where are you scaling? 14th level bard, you already have a high dice.
D10, I think.
You scale it to D12?
Yeah.
14th level.
Girl, your bardic inspiration dice.
But you already get that next level.
Bardic Inspiration
Okay.
dice at level 15. Yeah,
What if you double it?
comes 2.
Yes. So the next person has 2.
The next person basically will definitely succeed.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's too much, but that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. You double it for the next person.
The next person also gets a D4. And if they then miss, then the next person also gets a D6.
But we decided that one transfer. We decided that you don't do more.
Well, if we're cranking it...
I think if we're cranking it, we shouldn't give more like hot potato tossing.
Alright,
You should
alright.
just crank it.
Yeah. Let's keep it to the 1 then. Because, honestly, if it's failed twice, you don't... And you've got so many Bardic Inspiration
Yeah.
at 14th level. Oh, that's like all the letters, just none of them in the right order. Ability.
Bishop Blood says, or maybe you give advantage. So next person has the D12 and
They
the
just
advantage.
straight up get advantage.
That's interesting. For the 14th level, that's pretty good.
Oh, okay. 2d10, take the higher.
Ooh, okay.
That's
That's
better.
good.
I like that. Let's do that. Yeah.
So they roll it twice and
Yeah.
choose.
Yeah. And the next person who gets the Bardic
Yes.
Inspiration rolls it twice and gets to choose which one. Yes, that is
That's
better.
a good bump.
That's
a good bonus.
That's a good compromise, Bishop Blood. I like it because mine was going to be, and they add a d6. No, that's more sensible. So what do we call it? Gang, fam.
We can just go improved branching out, but that's lame. Because like we're building on the stuff we have, but we should probably have some sort of. So wait, we have
Underbrushing up.
branches, roots.
Li-
I was thinking maybe turning a new
Leaves.
leaf. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Belief in yourself.
Yeah, belief in yourself.
Gus is so dumb.
Belief in yourself.
That's what they have to shout to give that body
Yeah.
inspiration advantage. Belief in yourself.
Belief in yourself. When a bardic inspiration dice is
God, Bredo says the teleportation ability should be called "Make Like a Tree." That's amazing.
Make like a tree. I
That's
still
so
like
funny.
it's good, but I still like Back to Your Roots.
Well, we have the meme options like the good
Yeah.
vibes only
Yeah.
and make like a tree.
A leaf on the wind.
We're just going into puns. Come on, guys.
Belief in yourself. Yeah, because belief in yourself isn't.
Okay, so
When a bardic
What do you
inspiration dice is transferred
using
using the
branching out
branching
ability.
out ability, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The new owner may roll the dice twice and pick the higher result. Which still, for some reason, I want to name the ability Live, Laugh, Love. Leaf, Laugh, Love. Ah. Yes. I actually prefer that. Leaf, Laugh, Love. Yep.
That is so silly.
Leaf, Laugh, Love. Yep. When a bardic inspiration dice is transferred using the branching out ability, the new owner may roll the dice twice and pick the higher result. 5, baby! Yeah. Leaf, laugh, love. Very good. Very solid.
Okay. So, do we have everything?
I think we do. I think we have everything. College of the Canopy. 2 level 3 abilities. 1 level 6, but it's a big one. 2 level 14s. One's very situational,
And
but
expanded.
quite OP. And one is... And then we've got an expanded spell list, which is not massive. Like, I don't think the Bard spell list is one of the better spell lists in my mind. But this is some very, like, very
We have a
thematic.
couple of bangers there, like Revivify.
Oh,
like
yeah.
lore bards take that, I think, as one of their secrets.
Yeah, normally.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Powerful but situational, yeah. And another one, which is just an improvement. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is pretty balanced. We will be interested. I mean, Julio's going to have to be a level 19 to get either of those. So that's fine. But he will immediately get Nurturing Presence and Branching Out. I'm going to have to put this into D&D Beyond to make it work. So that'll be fun for me. So yeah, there we have it. Thank you very much for joining me, Daria.
Josh, I think we should do the tossing of the levels now then.
Well,
right?
yes, we can do. It shouldn't make a huge amount of difference to Julio's stats as is, because it's a D8 hit dice either way. And so basically you're losing a level in Rogue and gaining a level in Bard.
Oh, I'm losing expertise.
Yeah.
Oh, can you just give me a new level? I've been so
Well-
good.
Here's the thing. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do the respec. Would Julio even be ready for Tree Pope status yet? Or do you want
I'm
to
not
get
sure.
to it
Well,
narratively?
okay. Can you give me a hint? How long will it take? Because I do want to make it a bit more like official.
Yeah.
When would be our next level in that
Consider
regard?
probably... When did you guys level up last?
Like
feel
a
like it was
while
about-
ago.
It was about halfway through last season, I feel.
Yeah.
So
I kind of thought
probably-
we'd get a
probably-
level at the end of the season.
Probably
but,
fairly soon. You did like the boss fight was a talking to a god. So it's probably fairly soon. You've probably got maybe 2 levels,
Okay.
two sessions.
Because like the only thing I'm considering is that I would want to have these abilities for when Cash does the big thing, right? To give
Yeah.
our more like impact, but I don't know when that's happening. But I also don't want to get that off screen, like, oh yeah, I'm Tree Pope now with
Yeah.
no like prior scenes. So I don't know.
In which case, I would suggest we wait, and Julio
Yeah.
takes the next level in Tree.
Yeah. I think that would make sense because like he's thinking it, and he also like even brought it up to a god, like, hey, can the tree be strong
Yeah.
and cool enough?
And
So I think,
you
yeah.
will probably do the level up in your super secret home grove.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. I like this.
Okay,
I like
then.
this a lot. Amazing. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Daria. And chat,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
very much
having
for
me.
joining us as well. That was really cool. I will put this up in the Discord, in the Hung, Drawn, and Ordered. And you guys can peruse and utilize at your leisure, because I'm not picky about this sort of thing. It is very much a Humblewood thing. But yeah, thanks very much, Kellen, particularly for joining us. We haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Thank you very much, Bishop Blood, for all of your good ideas. Brendan for reining us in and calling out all the iffy wording. Guys, you've all been champions, and it's lovely to have you here. The Arcane Creature Keeper, you are very welcome as well. So, Daria, who the absolute heck have you been this evening?
I've been the illustrious, the magnanimous, the genius, Daria. I am an artist. You can see my art all over this channel when we do like the portraits thing. You can also find me here on Thursday, usually when we play Humblewood. I don't know when we're gonna come back to it, but in a couple of months probably. And on Mondays, I'm on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel, also playing D&D.
Marvelous. And Madame et Monsieur, Dame oder Herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, which I run with my lovely lady wife, the mother of bunnies, where we play D&D and other RPG-related games. We're very much talking about branching out. I have begun considering a Pathfinder game, but I do need to learn how it works first. In fact, I was going to invite a couple of experts on for a Tactics Tuesday to teach me. Because I think that would be a good idea, and also a really handy way to learn it. And if you like my majestic voice, but you think I could stand to tone the face down a bit, you can check me out in the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar und his little dragon, Hrush. And I will be in Adelaide in a little under a month. In fact, it's a month, 2 days ago, for Paparotica. Paparotica 7 Heavenly Sins will be coming to the Adelaide Fringe. So if you are there, try Pathfinder for Savage Worlds. Those are 2 different systems. Or Savage Worlds. I like Savage Worlds. Less clunky system, same setting. Ah, okay. I quite liked Savage Worlds. I found Savage Worlds... The thing is, Savage Worlds suffers from cock-up cascade. Like, when something starts going wrong, it keeps going wrong. It's really hard.
That's a great term.
It's a gaming term.
I love that.
It's a video gaming term. And things like assassination style games, like Assassin's Creed or Hitman, that sort of thing. You line up all of these things perfectly in a row. You make one mistake and everything goes wrong and spirals after that.
Yeah.
There are very small differences for Pathfinder version. Okay. So gamer. Yeah, pog. Yes, we have more stuff coming back on the channel. Thursday night, Karen and I will be back for Mano a Mano. Restarting that lovely season, where Beryl has just finished an adventure, so we need to find out what happens to Beryl next. She's just created basically an armed alliance against the Shahagan, and so we see where adventures take Beryl next time. And next Monday, we apologize for being off last night. Both Ro and I have been quite unwell. Ro particularly has the co and the vid, and I wasn't feeling too chipper either. But we will be back next week to see whether or not Selenox regains consciousness, because Daria was saying that Des straight up iced a motherfucker last week. Well, I straight up iced Selenox with a really mean spell, and everybody was like, oh no, she's dead. We had... The girls, I don't think, knew the spell particularly well, so didn't know exactly the wording of it.
Disintegrate?
No, it was Finger of Death.
Ooh, yikes.
Which doesn't just... If it knocks them unconscious, it turns them into a zombie. Like, they die. And Jack and Dan knew that. You could see it in their eyes. They're like, well, Selenox is fucked. Damn. Wow, Josh pulled that out. Gosh. But... I was nice like that and let them sort of stop this. And Pedigree, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champions. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. I should only mention a couple more things. So when are we doing Tactics Tuesday to homebrew the Sussy Flower Druid class? I mean, if you want to respec, Brendan, isn't that what we've already got? Or is that Tar God?
Not sussy enough.
Not sussy enough. Far too sussy. Pedigree, thank you for joining us. We have a couple more things to shout out. We firstly need to shout out the Ukrainian people who are bearing up under it marvelously. And if we can help them, we will. So there are a couple of links in chat for Ukraine-based appeals. One is the Emergency Action Appeal, which is an Australian one. If you have any spare pennies in your digital wallet, click on that link and smash them over to them, you bloody champions. And if you'd like a little bit of D&D for your charity dollars, you could instead check out the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, which is a 38-page D&D booklet, Ukraine and Slavic inspired monsters, a one-shot. It's really fun. If you check out our ! YouTube, you can see the one-shot because we played it there, and it's really good. It's called The Legend of the Firebird, or the Zarpatitsa.
Yes, sir.
Zarpatitsa.
Zarpatitsa.
There you go. I remember. And we have all the socials, and a Discord. if you want to come join, and you can also find this subclass what we created just now on there. And the last thing I do need to mention is Wooten Forge. The excellent human beings at Wooten Forge have given us a affiliate link where you can purchase beautiful things like this. Jara dice tray and dice keeper. It's got the rolling tray as part of it. It's held together with very powerful magnets, so it's hard to lose your dice, and it's all padded inside so that you don't damage the minis and dice that you put in there. It's very nice, and I would strongly endorse checking out their shop at wootenforge.com/Corsairs Cove, where we get a cheeky little kickback. The music you've been listening to has been Sirenscape, and I've been Josh the Pirate. This has been Daria, Surname Redacted. Thank you so much for joining us. We need to go and find someone to raid. And Pride Dice Paradise is streaming, but they're not doing D&D, so I don't want to raid them.
Winter Tales, GM Workshop.
Winter's Tales is streaming. We could go and Barroom Blitz. Oh, it's Noir Knights, Nikolai Kravchenko's campaign.
Hells yeah.
Nikolai, who used to play Arthur.
Boy.
Arthur, who became a boat. We will go and raid Winter's Tales then. I think that is a very fair thing to do, so we'll do that. So guys, throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell Winter's Tales where we came from. Show them the love like we always do. And we will see you guys next time, hopefully on Thursday night, 7 p.m. AWST for Mano a Mano. And Daria will be back at some... So,
Enjoy
thanks
me
very
while
much.
I'm here.
Yes, enjoy it, because it's not going to happen again for a little while. Sad face. Pog, everybody. Say goodbye, Daria.
Bye. Pog.
Whee!